What's good, you guys? R&R Motorsports back at you guys with another one. Today we got a special video. We're doing ambient lighting in the E92, so we're about to transform this interior. This is also the addressable RGB kit, so it'll have a bunch of like crazy modes and shit. So hopefully this turns out good. It doesn't take us like 3 days to do, but let's get into it. So we're gonna start with the driver's side door. The first thing you guys are gonna want to do is get a trim tool and just pop off the trim. And then I think it's 2 bolts or 3 bolts on the door.
Four bolts.
Well, 4 bolts actually.
Figure out the size right now. It's a T20.
So it's 4 T20s on the door, and then we're gonna show you guys where to wire it after we get the door panel off. Alright, you guys, so once you get those 4 T20s off, pretty much you just want to get a trim tool and wedge it all around the door, and it should just come off. Ours was a little bit stuck, but with a little bit of work with the trim tool, it came off. Now you guys are going to want to disconnect everything on the door panel that connects. So right now Josh is disconnecting the speaker, I believe?
Trying to, yes.
So I forgot to record that, but basically what we did was we ran the strip of ambient under the factory ambient, so that way it gives it like a more OEM look. And then the end of the wire is right over here. So now what we're gonna do is put a little hole in the door panel, like right over here, and run that yellow wire through, so that way it gives it like a seamless look. Alright, so now we're drilling the hole for the wire. He just started drilling. He didn't stop and do it again for the video.
No.
And we're drilling it from the front, so like the hole goes to the back, so it's less noticeable on the leather.
We just get this.
Take some of the fluffing out.
Just gotta take the fluff out. I think we could shove the fluff in. If I'm being honest.
And then pretty much once you guys get that hole, you just want to tuck the wire through. So in order to get the connector to fit through the little hole, we're gonna have to unpin the wires, put the wires through, and then reconnect it to the connector. So yeah, that's what he's doing right now. So I'll pick back up the camera once he gets the wires out. So we depinned all the wires from the connector, and now we're just gonna push it through the hole. And now that we know that we could do this, we could probably get away with using a smaller size hole on the other door panel. But it's a good thing we tried it on the driver's door panel, because I'm the only person that's gonna see this. But for my passengers, it'll look clean. So yeah, now it's just a matter of snaking the wires through. And as you guys can see, the black wire cover, whatever, should hide most of the hole though, because it'll be under this little plastic thing. So when it's at eye level like this, you won't really be able to see it. So basically, drilled the hole for the light and the door panel. So it's gonna be, let me put the light on for you guys. That panel right there on the driver's door is where we're gonna put one of the lights, and then I'm gonna try to do a light in the speaker grill. So yeah, so it's being kind of difficult to do from the side, so we ended up making a hole in the back right here, so it lights up the bottom of this entire pocket right over here. So yeah, hopefully it works. So the last light we put in the speaker. It's 3 bolts to unbolt the speaker, and then there's like a little bit of room if I can get the light. And then we have the light basically just sitting flat down like that in the speaker. So hopefully it lights up the whole speaker tray or whatever it's called. If not, it's just 3 bolts and we could swap it, but we're gonna try it out. Alright you guys, so we got the ambient wired up to the battery right now. I got it connected up to the app as well, and it honestly All right, you guys, so we got it working on the door. The speaker light works as well. It's just kind of dim right now. But if your kit isn't working, if you start with the doors, it's because you have to connect the main one to power, which we connected to the car's battery right here. But as you guys can see, the kit is super sick. It looks really good. There's a bunch of modes. When I'm done with the install, I'm gonna go through on my phone and show you guys all the modes and everything you can do with the apps. These right here are the footwell lights for throughout the car, and the wiring for it's pretty long, so we should be able to do that as well. But yeah, guys, can't wait to see how this shit turns out. Shit looks crazy. So the way that we wired up the Ambient was we used the factory 2 wires that goes to the factory Ambient orange light on your door, and we used the gray for power and brown for negative. So once again, those 2 wires right there that go to your factory Ambient lighting is what we use to wire it up for the doors. So this kit comes with 2 other lights for the door. So I put one in the speaker, and pretty much how you do that, it's 3 T20s, and then you can just sneak a light underneath the speaker. When you put the light in though, only 2 T20s fit, so it'll only be held on by 2 screws. And then the other light, as you guys can see, we drilled a hole on the cover that comes out on the door panel, the one that's more on the front side. And then it's just, the light is taped in the hole at the back of the door panel, so the pocket will be lit up on the inside. And then the Ambient, we drilled a little hole in the leather, as I showed you guys in the earlier clip, to run the wire. And then the module, we're gonna 3M tape to the back of the door right there. So yeah, this is the driver's door done. We're gonna do the same thing on the passenger side, so I'm not gonna record the passenger side for you guys, but what I will record is when we do the center console, and we're gonna try and do the back seats for you guys, and do those speakers as well. So yeah. Alright, you guys, so now that everything's wired up, we got the boy Josh putting on the door panel.
Mind touching that stick for me?
Yeah.
Wiggling that stick in there.
Pause. So we found a way to wire it. Well, I didn't find a way. Josh found a way to wire it. Right where the connector is for the cigarette lighter. As you guys can see, it lights right up, and it is to the one all the way on the right, and the one in the middle, I think.
The one in the middle is positive. The one on the left is negative. That'll be brown and yellow. So brown and yellow.
Good looks from the man himself.
And then we're gonna wire it to here, because that's how it works.
Exactly. So you guys are gonna need to pull off your center console trim for this, as well as this trim here, and then this trim is gonna have to come out. I didn't remove it yet. And then for us to run the wires to these trims up here, we're probably gonna have to pull out the HVAC and the radio controls. So yep. So instead of wiring it to that connector right there, what we ended up doing was following the connector to the other side over here, and then we spliced it to, what colors are those wires, bro?
So brown is ground. So you have the black one here, a little tangled up, but it's okay. And then the middle one is a red and black, and then that's power. So it's gonna be the brown and the middle one, and then you'll see us like 2 smaller ones on the other side that we didn't touch these. And so, yeah, just put all these together. Like I cut it in half, and then I mixed all 3 ends into one connection. We're about to see how it works.
So yeah, we're gonna plug it in now and cross our fingers. Hopefully it works. And then we have Ambient on the doors and the inside. All right, you guys, so now we're gonna test out the wiring like I just explained to you guys. That's the wrong key. And fingers crossed we have power to the Ambient, and we do. As you guys can see, it does a startup animation every single time. That's why it's loading in slowly. And you can go into the app and play with that, but as you guys can see, the way I just showed you guys to wire it up works. And
with the ignition on, just like the doors.
And yeah, it works with the ignition on. I don't know why the door isn't lighting up right now, but we'll figure that out. Alright you guys, so I was scared that the door wasn't working or something wasn't connected, but I went to put the window down and the door still works. So what I did was, if the lights are off on your headlights, only the center ambient lighting will work because it's wired to the cigarette lighter. But since we wired it to the door ambient lighting, if your headlights are off, then the ambient will be off. But if your headlights are on automatic, your ambient will be on. So that's just a note for the way that we wired it up. Your headlights have to be on for the ambient to work on the sides. Alright you guys, so now what we're doing is pretty much figuring out how to run the footwell lights that the kit comes with. So I kind of want the footwell lights because it just enhances the interior. So we're gonna figure out off camera how to wire these up, most likely through the center console in this trim over here with that wedge tool that we have up there. But we're gonna do it off camera, and then I'll explain to you guys how we did it on camera. So, all right you guys, so we pretty much mounted it under the glove box, ran the wires through the side over here, and then we might put a little piece of electrical tape.
Yeah, we are. So it's like
hold up the wire
up back there.
but it's just tucked through on this side. It's like over here, but on the passenger side. So yeah, that's pretty much how you guys do it.
Okay, so this is where your vents go. This is where your AC controls are. So I put the box under here, behind here. So it's be behind the controls for the AC. And this trim, so you don't have to take this out or this. I mean, this comes out. So this trim here, this whole thing comes out, flips out, and you can shove the 2 wires, or you know, whatever wires you need in the side here. And I just drilled a hole in the bottom there, which you can't even see. And so the wires are running through the center to up here, and then you can put your light strips. You put your light strips through the box. You know, you wire stick out there, or over through here, have it up there. And you can wire up the light through the top to the box, and if your wire is long enough, you can tap into the box and then put another light through the dash and out through here, and then have the light over here. But that's pretty much it for here, so we're just gonna put this back. Okay, so this wire here, this wire here was too short if I just routed it like over. So what I did was, in this little plastic part here, you just pull it back a little bit and shove the wire from the bottom through the top, and then you get this snug fit back here where the wire goes behind, and this little big ass piece gets stuck behind there, so it fits well. And then now the wire just has enough length to go to the back here, so the box is behind it, and then we have no clearance issues anymore. But as you see, the wire just runs to the side here and goes through this hole in the cover.
So pretty much, I didn't get to pick up the camera for this, you guys, but what we did was we taped the underglow on top of the HVAC controls and above the cup holders. And then what we pretty much did was we literally just put the factory trim on top, and it fit pretty snug. We didn't have to modify anything. So once you guys tape the the strip down, it's thin enough for the factory trim to just pop back in on top. And then what I recommend is you guys tape it to your HVAC controls and above the cup holders, just so if you ever have to remove the trim again, if you guys want to change the wrap or anything like that, the ambient light stays and it doesn't pull out with your trim. So don't tape it to the trim, tape it to the HVAC and above the cup holder. But yeah, it came out insane. And then that's what the door looks like. And now we just have to finish up the other door, and then we're gonna hit the back seats, and this is gonna be a fucking spaceship. We got Josh in the lab right now going crazy. And he got the professional light, bro. He looks like a miner. Ambient light looking sick. So yeah, if you guys didn't catch it in the first clip that I put, we're wiring up the ambient lighting to the factory orange ambient lighting because that shit's ugly. So yeah,
Just deleting it.
yeah, definitely get that shit out of here. Alright, you guys, so we got the complete ambient kit done for the driver's door, the front, and the passenger door. I need to extend the wire to do it on the left side of the I guess, what do you call this, the center console, center trim, on the left side over there. I'm gonna need to extend that wire a little bit so I can run it behind the cluster, so it's a clean install over there. But let me show you guys the startup animation that happens when you put your keys in. So you put the car on, and as you guys can see, it comes to life. It has a crazy startup animation on all three doors for now. But then when we do the back, it does the startup animation on every unit. But yeah, this thing is looking sick as fuck, guys. Alright, you guys, so this is what the ambient looks like cruising at night. Honestly, it's sick as fuck. It makes the car feel like you're in Tron. It makes the car feel like it's 10, 15, even 20 years newer. But yeah, I'm just cruising around the block right now after the install, just to give you guys like a POV of what it looks like at night. But yeah, honestly, it's so sick. Maybe tomorrow I'll give you guys a daytime POV. But what I'm probably gonna end up doing is splitting this video into two separate parts, because I haven't gotten around to put ambient in the back seats yet. And I'm also missing it right here, so that'll be in the second part. But this is what it looks like for now, and it honestly looks fucking crazy, guys. Alright, you guys, so that should wrap up this POV of installing custom ambient lighting on my E92, as well as custom door speaker lights. In the next video, I'll show you guys how to put ambient on the left side of the steering wheel, as well as the two back seats. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys like this one, drop a like in the comments. And hopefully this helps you guys, because I haven't seen any good in-depth tutorials, especially showing where to wire stuff up to. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, the ambient lighting kit will be in the description for you guys to buy if you guys want this exact kit and you want to go for this dressable RGB look. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.